Hello and welcome to the Your Town television program. My name is Joy Anderson, Member Relations Manager with the Monterey Peninsula Chamber of Commerce, and your host today. I have three guests with me. Joy Carter, who is the Executive Director of Sunrise Senior Living of Monterey, Danny Kruger, the CEO of IO Energy, Inc., and Julia Foster, the Executive Director for the Foundation for Monterey County Free Libraries. My first guest today is Joy Carter with Sunrise Senior Living of Monterey.
Good morning, Joy.
Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome. Thanks for joining me today and giving us this opportunity to learn a lot about Sunrise Senior Living. You've been in Monterey now for how many years? Do you remember?
Sunrise Senior Living of Monterey has been in Monterey going on their 9th year.
9th year, okay.
Yes. Sunrise as a whole was founded by Paul and Terry Clausen in 1981, and they really revolutionized the whole bringing person-centered care to seniors and really believing that every senior is unique. And
that's for sure. And, you know, your community there is awesome. We just had an event there, and people are still talking about it. And I remember when the place was built. And we did a big grand opening there as well. But I know that even in those 9 years, there have been a lot of changes, a lot of new amenities and programs that you've added. So, you know, we were just talking earlier about, you know, kind of the stigma of a lot of people not understanding what senior assisted living communities are all about. So maybe you could give us kind of a brief description.
Well, that is so true. I think so many people think senior assisted living means that you have to have a heavy care need, and that's really not true. Sunrise of Monterey really offers assisted living for seniors that maybe just don't want to cook and clean anymore.
Okay, well, sign me up.
You know, they want to be able to enjoy the Purpose with Life programming that we have, which really is a lot of activities inside and outside of our community. We have lots of clubs that we offer. So we have our bowling clubs, we have our walking clubs, we have our poker club and our bridge club, and just so many life with purpose activities that we provide to seniors. So our seniors, many of them still drive. They have their designated parking spots at Sunrise Senior Living. And, you know, we provide them laundry services, meals, housekeeping services, and, you know, they participate and engage with other seniors in our community.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of fun. I've had the pleasure of going over there and having lunch and then, you know, sitting with a couple of ladies, you know, that are residents there and learning all about them. And I just, you know, I wish more people could interact with some of our seniors. They, you know, they have a wealth of knowledge and experience that, you know, I know they love sharing it.
They truly do. And our seniors at Sunrise Senior Living, our resident council, they're very engaged in the community. When we had the event that you talked about in March, our Taste of Sunrise and celebrating our 35th anniversary, our residents were heavily involved in that event and thoroughly enjoyed it. All their families came in and enjoyed it, along with many of our partners in senior care outside of the Vacaville, Monterey area.
Monterey area.
Yeah. I'm from Vacaville, so I've been in Monterey for 2 years now.
For 2 years now.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's great.
But I'm loving the weather, except for the rain lately has been a lot.
Well, it's funny because I had a conversation with somebody outside of the area just recently, and they said, yeah, we've been hurting for and begging and praying and doing rain dances for so long, and I think our prayers have been answered. And I think people need to stop doing the rain dances because now we're just washing away. But anyway.
We're wanting the sunshine again. Our walking club has been missing getting out, going for walks in the afternoons.
No, it's beautiful. So, well, welcome anyway for the last 2 years, if we haven't said that. And so did you transfer with Sunrise?
I did not. I
Oh, you
was
did
not
not?
with
Okay.
Sunrise. I was with a community in Vacaville for 10 years
Okay.
in senior living, and went through 4 different owner groups there. I came to Sunrise based on a decision I had to make where my core values weren't quite the same as the new owner. And I was interviewing with 3 different companies at the same time. And when I walked in to Sunrise of Monterey,
You knew it.
I knew it. I just, the care managers and the care partners, and watching the frontline team engage and interact with these residents in such a servant, joyful way, just really spoke to my heart. I'm very much, this is my calling. My grandmother had Alzheimer's, and she lived in my last community for 4 years. And so serving residents with a servant heart and really championing their quality of life is what we do at Sunrise of Monterey.
So do you have a memory care unit then at Sunrise?
We do. We
Okay.
have 4 different neighborhoods
Okay.
at Sunrise. So we're really designed to be a continuum of care that residents can come in assisted living and live independently, still driving and being involved in the outside community, but they can continue as their care needs evolve as they age. So we have our Terrace Club, which is for residents that need a little more support than assisted living in some memory loss, just beginning stages of memory loss. It's really geared to focus on balancing the need that they have for routine and the need that they have for social engagement.
Okay.
So we have 2 life enrichment managers that are all about creating activities inside the community and outside the community for these residents. And that neighborhood has 20 residents.
So how many residents can you have? I mean, what's your space?
Sunrise of Monterey has capacity for 112 residents.
112. Okay.
Yes, and we currently have 110 that reside in our community.
There you go. That's wonderful.
So-
Now, you have some new programs that we want to talk about. One of them is the Road Home program.
The Road Home program is a program that was really designed for seniors to come into Sunrise directly from a hospital or a rehab center. We would be that continuum of care in their recovery to help them transition successfully back into their own home.
Okay.
So it's a minimum stay of 30 days. It's all inclusive. It includes a fully furnished room, all their meals, transportation to and from doctor's appointments, all of their care needs, working with other preferred vendors in providing physical therapy, speech therapy, wound care, any of those kinds of needs that they may have in their recovery to transition back into their home successfully.
Well, that makes for a very comfortable setting
Yes.
rather than going to a rehabilitation
Right.
hospital or whatever. And then respite program. Wow.
We do.
What a needed program.
It really
Definitely.
is, and there are not a lot of facilities that offer a respite program. Respite program really is to support the home care provider, families that really maybe need a break. They're going to they want to go on vacation, or their loved one has an illness where they need additional support in terms of care need. And so it's a 30-day minimum stay for respite care. It's an all-inclusive rate, and we provide all the services, including the Live with Purpose activities programming, transportation to and from doctor's appointments, everything that I explained in the Road Home program.
Wow.
So
That's
it's wonderful.
really fantastic.
Another very unique thing about Sunrise of Monterey is that we work with the City of Monterey for an affordable housing program for seniors. So we have 12 beds that are dedicated for seniors that are more in a lower income bracket that normally couldn't afford a senior living community.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
And that's really fairly new, isn't it?
No,
No,
we have
really?
participated in the program since we opened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does that work then? How do you determine who
We have the
goes there?
applications at Sunrise of Monterey. A resident would come in, get an application. They can get it from the city or they can get it from us. And it's a fairly quick turnaround process. They submit it to the city, and the city approves it based on income and the criteria that the city has set up.
And then assuming that it depends on availability at your location.
It does.
Yeah.
And we currently have several available slots.
Oh, you do? Okay. Does one have to be a resident of Monterey? Do you know?
Yes.
They have to be a current resident of Monterey. Okay.
Yes.
What a great program.
Yes,
And
it is a great
thank
program.
you for partnering with the city on that. I mean, that's another option that I don't think people even realize. And is there a maximum stay on that, or do you know?
No.
No?
There is no maximum stay. There are 4 different tiers based on the individual's criteria.
Right.
And it doesn't reduce the level of care, but it reduces the rent cost.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
So I know we just talked about you being here now for 2 years. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Do you family or?
I have my daughter, and I'm thrilled to be here because she is a marine biologist student.
Okay,
So
perfect place.
She is currently going to MPC and studying marine biology. And when we first moved here, she started volunteering at the aquarium. So she's a fully accredited volunteer at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. And she also recently got a job at the Elkhorn Slough. So she's all about ocean conservation. So it's beautiful to watch her. For me, I was born and raised in Northern California. I'm definitely a California girl, and I was raised up in Humboldt area by Humboldt State. So very much redwood forest and ocean line. So being here in Monterey gives me a sense of home. I just love kind of the live environment, beautiful. And the one nice thing about Monterey is the history, the culture, the art that we didn't have in Northern California that you have here in Monterey. I've really enjoyed that so much.
We're very fortunate here.
Yes.
You know, and one of the themes of our programming, when we reinitiated the Your Town program, is that we really wanted to focus on what it was like to live and work on the Monterey Peninsula. I mean, and like you said, we have such a diverse community, and we have so much to offer.
Right.
In all the different, you know,
well, I can't
all the
believe
different
how
areas. Yeah.
I can't believe how pet friendly it is. Also, so I enjoy the walks on the beach. I've always enjoyed water and being around water, whether it's a lake, a river, the ocean. And so,
do you have a pet?
I have Daphne. She goes to work with me every day. Sunrise Senior Living is very pet friendly. So we have community pets, and our residents have pets that reside with them at Sunrise Senior Living. So I can take my dog with me to work. I can almost take her anywhere in Monterey, which is wonderful because they are so pet friendly.
And that's huge for around here, especially for, you know, I don't want to say we're casual, but, you know, it's a different kind of a lifestyle, for sure.
It is. It is. Just being able to explore nature and hiking and some of that has been really wonderful. Joy, I did want to tell you a little bit more about our other neighborhoods at Sunrise.
Okay, yes,
So we talked about the Terrace Club, but I also wanted to talk about our Reminiscence, which is our neighborhood that really cares for seniors with Alzheimer's and dementia-related conditions. It's very relationship-based, meaning that we have our designated care managers, which is very unique to Sunrise. Our designated care managers, and this is in all of our neighborhoods, they are designated to their residents, and they provide the care for them all the time.
Okay.
So they are instrumental in creating the ISP, individual service plans, for our residents. They're very much involved. That's why they are called care managers or care partners, because they are given ownership and authority and empowerment to really be involved in developing that unique individual care plan for our residents.
That's especially important in,
yes.
In that area of Alzheimer's dementia.
It is.
That relationship is built, and there's a bond, and then there's that comfort level and familiarity, because we know
right
how that affects that disease.
And Sunrise of Monterey in our Reminiscence department, Reminiscence neighborhood, really focuses on a validation method, which is a method in which we focus on empathy and really going with that resident to where they're at in their reality. We train our care managers in those methods. Sunrise is certified by the Validation Technique Institute. And so that's been a hugely successful program in our Reminiscence neighborhood.
Good.
And then we have our Edna's neighborhood,
Okay.
which really is very intimate, only 8 rooms in that neighborhood. Very sensory driven in terms of our programming. We have almost a 2-to-1 ratio for care managers in that neighborhood. We're dealing with very high acute physical and cognitive need in that neighborhood. So really just a continuum of care throughout our community for seniors.
And that's what's nice.
Yes.
Because when somebody comes in and maybe, they're still, like you said, pretty independent, and they don't have to leave to go to another community, another facility. They can just move through the stages and stay comfortably in a place that they're familiar and comfortable with.
Yes, and we are really designed for them to be able to age in place and have Sunrise as their home. We work with our preferred vendors in the Monterey community, such as home health, hospice services, and we can provide all those services right in our community.
You have great partners. You have a great
We
community. It's and location. Give us the address before
It's
we go off.
1110 Cass Street. So we are right on Cass Street with all the physicians right there. Just a lovely area in Monterey. They have a great view of the ocean, and it's just a lovely spot.
So we invite people. Come on over, check it out, take a look. I'm sure
Have lunch with us.
Have lunch. Meet some of the residents. They're absolutely divine. And then take a tour of the facility. They're more than welcome to have you come by. Make an appointment and come and see everybody.
Absolutely. We would love that. We invite you. We invite our families, our friends, and the community to come in and really take a look at Sunrise of Monterey and who we are and the services we provide to our seniors.
Well, thank you for joining me today, Joy.
Thank you, Joy.
We wish you well, and we'll be back.
Thank you so much.